Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen auset-heru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, pass it on to anybody and everybody who might like it too, and drop us a positive comment in the comment section. Also, stick around to the end because I'm going to read out two of my favorite positive comments from previous videos, and one of those comments might be one of your comments. Also, if you would like to hit me up on social media, if you would like to email me for a reading, if you would like to send me a gift, if you would like to send me a donation, if you would like to grab yourself some cool Ask an Aquarius merchandise, if you want to do any of those things, they'll all be underneath this video. Every video, I try to stick all that underneath, okay? All right, so today we're going to talk about an issue with an Aquarius man. I get a lot of issues with Aquarius men. Actually, I get more issues with Aquarius men than women. I have to look for the ones. So I try to be a little bit balanced. I don't want to just be always dogging Aquarius men, you know? I want to be balanced and talk about the issues with both sexes. But to be honest with you, 75% of the issues that I get are with Aquarius men. So if you're wondering to yourself, why so many Aquarius dudes are on this channel, it's because that's what I hear. Women and men hit me up all the time talking about something the Aquarius man has done. So here's another one. I was talking to a woman and she's in a relationship with an Aquarius man. She's an Aquarius too. So automatically I was like, this is going to be heaven or hell. Which one is it going to be? Well, basically it's hell because the Aquarius woman is very emotionally healthy, which I thought was really refreshing because that's not always an easy place to come to, you know? But she's very emotionally healthy. She's a nice lady. And she met this guy. They get along very well. They're clicking. They're dating. He hasn't ghosted her. She hasn't ghosted him. It's been going pretty good. So she said to me in a conversation that they had, now mind you, it's only been, I think she said 7 months. So it's not a long time, but it's going good. She said to me that in a conversation they had last week, he told her he does not believe in love. He thinks that love, and I've heard this theory before, and some of you have too. He said he heard that love is a chemical thing. So like it's hormonal, it's something, you know, in your brain and in your chemistry that, you know, does something when you see somebody that you're interested in. And there is some truth to this. Anybody who remembers science class remembers this. We heard about this in, I think it was biology class or something. So I get what he's trying to say, but he's saying that love is not real. It's just that biology aspect of it. And that's where I beg to differ. And this is where I told her she really has a serious problem. Because love is not just that, you know, feeling of butterflies in your stomach and sweat in the palm of your hands when you see somebody that you're really into. That's a part of it. But it's actually the shortest part because scientists tell us that doesn't last more than about 2.5 years. The love aspect is more than that because love encompasses spirituality. And it goes beyond the physical. It goes beyond that. That chemical process, that's physical. And love, true love, goes beyond that. True love, think about it. Think about your child, for those of you who have children, or think about a parent or a caregiver or a friend that you really care about. That feeling that you have for them is not just chemicals. It's not just hormonal. That would have lasted about a good 2.5 years and it would be over. If you're still somebody who's close to that person, whoever that person may be, if you still have the feelings that you feel for that person, then you and I both know that's not just that hormone stuff that they told us in biology class. And this goes on with not just family members, but with people that you meet, people that you have connections and relationships with. So I told her, if he doesn't believe in love, the problem isn't the belief. The problem, I mean, he's an Aquarius, so that's the logic, right? That's not the problem. The problem is that more than likely, if he doesn't believe in love, he's going to be countering it. If he feels anything for her, he's going to be explaining it away to himself. It's going to be problematic in those kind of ways. He also doesn't want to get married. He doesn't want to have children. He just wants to, have a relationship, basically just the two of them. And he said for no, in no like amount of time. He didn't say like, I want to date for a couple years and then move on. He's open to dating for years upon years upon years, he said. But the problem is that he doesn't want it to go anywhere, such as marriage, buying a home, nothing permanent, And I told her these are all signs, non-committal signs, that he is still damaged. And when she talked to him about it, he said he was still damaged from previous relationships. So what he's saying to you is that he's been hurt, so he doesn't want to get hurt again. So he doesn't want to do anything that even resembles loving somebody else. And he's actually told himself that it's not even real. It's not even real, because he doesn't want to allow himself to fall into that category again, that pit again. That's all this really is about. This is about a man who's been hurt, has not healed those hurts, and so has decided to tell himself love is not real. I hear this all the time. This is nothing new. It's not even original. It's not even authentic. I've heard this a lot from men and women. And the truth is that love is real, but you have to, it's special. Love is a miracle when it happens between two people that aren't related. It's much easier to love somebody in your family. It's easier to love your mama. It's easier to love your baby. It's easier to love them because there is that physical connection. And a lot of times there's longevity, in these relationships. Even when you just had a baby yesterday, that baby has 9 times out of 10, unless you adopt it, that baby has grown inside of you. So you've bonded with this baby. And if you do adopt a baby, you bond with that child after the child is brought into your life. So in a lot of cases, you've had this bonding time. And what happens in romantic relationships is that many of us don't have that bonding time. We jump into bed very quickly. We start to have those hormonal feelings very quickly. They wear off very quickly, and you're on to the next thing. The thing about it is that you have to slowly take your time and bond the same way you bond with your baby, the same way you bond with anybody else before you actually start to have that relationship. So if he's saying that, then he's just trying to separate himself and trying to protect himself. So what does that mean? Well, because you guys are doing well and it's only been 7 months, there's a very strong possibility that will change. Because remember, he's still healing. So there's a very strong possibility that he will be with you long enough that he will see that his feelings are real, and he'll push past the hurt and he'll move on. But there's also the real possibility on the flip side that he might never. He might have been so hurt that he never even allows himself. Some Aquarius, like I said before, we have this ability to compartmentalize and hide our feelings and do all kinds of things with feelings. So he might, and I've seen Aquarius men do this. I've seen Aquarius men sabotage relationships because of this same thing. So he might never get with the program. You might waste your time with him altogether. So if it was me, I would make a decision. The decision is, can you have a friendship with this person and deal with him on his terms? And for me, the answer would be no. I wouldn't deal with him on these terms. I mean, I know some people will say, well, they're doing fine. It's been 7 months. Yeah, but she is on her way to falling in love with him. Come on, y'all. Y'all see this happening? Y'all see it. She sees it. He sees it. Everybody sees it. She's on her way to falling in love with a man who's emotionally unavailable. And we all know how that ends. Not well. So if it was me, I would end it with him and be like, look, if you ever come to a space where you're emotionally healed and you really want to have a long-term relationship and you're open to love and you're open to marriage, hit me up. You got my information. It's never going to change. But if you're not open to that, don't ever hit me up again. and I will leave it alone, because she's going to get hurt. You and I both know. Now, like I said before, there is that possibility of him coming around and him saying, oh, being with you has been so wonderful that now I want to change. But we all know that trying to change a person or waiting for a person to change is a gamble. Never gamble with your heart. Straight up. Okay? So that's my advice. He your dude. You gotta do what you do. But that's my advice. I would not play with that fire. All right. Comment number 1 is from, I think this says Gino Gatto. I think that's what it says. I really hate when a chick is misleading you, playing games, lead you on and left you high, up, and dry. I don't like that, period, with men or women. And men do that too. I know women do it as well, you know, and I don't think it's like a ratio with that. I think both people do it. I think it depends on, like, if you're being honest with yourself about your feelings, or if you're just a treacherous person and that's just what you do. So I agree with you. I don't like that either, men or women. You should never mislead a person. If you're not feeling them, tell them you're not feeling them. If they want to date you and you know, be around you anyway, knowing that you're not really feeling them, I wouldn't do that either. I wouldn't do that either. I would be honest with a person and tell them I'm not feeling you and move on with my life. So I agree with you. That's really ugly. And it's very painful too. The next one came from, let's see, Sweet Nanaski. I think that says Sweet Nanaski. I could be wrong about that though, because my pronunciations might be off. Sweet Nanaski said, it's funny because I said that too. This pandemic has brought the ugly out of people. Oh my God. How much time do you have? I need to end this video soon, but I'm going to tell you, yes, I agree with you 100%. This pandemic has brought out the best in people. I've seen people going to the market for people. I've seen people giving donations to people. I've seen people doing some of the most beautiful, altruistic kind of things. But I've also seen some of the ugliest behavior, nastiness. Right now on YouTube, there are a lot of dramas going on, especially like in the beauty community. For those of you who follow YouTube, you probably know this already. In the beauty community and in the drama community, there's a lot of negativity going on, a lot of he said, she said, a lot of people. I remember I was listening to one video and the guy was saying that somebody from the YouTube community called his old job. Like just some random person called his old job and asked questions about him. You got a lot of busybody negativity going on like that. And this pandemic, I do think, was the start of it. And then all these other things that have happened since then. The murders that have happened. Breonna Taylor. Some of you have heard about her. I'm going to talk more about her in an upcoming video. She was murdered by the police while she was asleep. And her murderers have still not been arrested. There's a lot of stuff going on. This pandemic has brought out a lot of negative things as well as positive things, but the negative things are the things that I think are really getting to a lot of people. So I agree with you 100%. It's very ugly. So the best thing you can do is don't be part of the problem. You know, if the world is being ugly, be the opposite. Okay? All right, guys, come back soon because I have a lot more to say. See you later.